everyone, it's Brandon Convery. In this video, I wanted to talk about setting yourself up for team success and personal success. They all go hand in hand. And right now, with the World Junior Hockey Championship that's going on, with the top players in the world from age 17 to 19 years old that are playing and competing against each other, I think it's a great opportunity that for most hockey families and players, we're probably watching on TV throughout the course of the next week or so. And I think it's important that we get to learn from this. And I think from my own personal experience, I got the opportunity to represent my country with Team Canada, and we went on to win the gold medal that year. And looking back, there's some important things that I think every player needs to go over in order to improve their own situation currently where you are. Now, whether you're representing your country or playing on an all-star team or anything, I think it's important that you need to understand and really recommit and really focus on what needs to happen in order to set yourself up or give yourself the best chance to have team success, which ultimately leads to personal success. And so I think over the course of the next week or so, I think that everyone should take time to watch this tournament and really get to understand what goes into it. And I think a lot of people that don't or are not used to having some success in either in sports or in anything, really what goes into it and what are the expectations. I know personally from playing or representing Team Canada multiple times that there's a lot of things that go into this from a preparation standpoint. And I think it's important that all players, regardless of what level you're playing at, whether it's professional, junior, or even at the youth level, you really need to start to understand of how you need to set yourself up and some of the things that you can be doing as an individual and helping your teammates in order to have potential success for yourself. And trust me, from this tournament, I felt like when we played in this tournament, we had the top players from my own country put together for 2 weeks and had to focus and really buy in. And even when we did that, you're still lucky to win. And so that's how difficult it is to win at any level or that particular level, is that everything needs to be going the right way. And sometimes people talk about luck and whatnot, but I feel like you earn luck. And really knowing what goes into the process in order to have that. And I think from being around Hockey Canada and how much goes into it, it's incredible. And how much time and effort and resources and coaching staff and training and the process from a year out that goes into these 2 weeks of the year is incredible. And so learning from it, I wanted to put together, just 3 points that you can take away today that you can really think about and how it applies to you. And so when we talk about pressure, a lot of parents and players talk about pressure. They feel anxiety or a little bit of fear or nervousness about expectations and doing well and performing well. And so when we were a part of Team Canada or any winning team I was a part of, is that we were highly prepared. And I think that when players are really prepared before they go into games or tournaments or playoffs, is that they really go through every scenario and they really dot every I and cross every T off. And I think that that's what eliminates the pressure to perform, is that you've done the homework and that you're ready to go. And I think that that's what, when we talk about Hockey Canada and why they've had so much success, and the reason I use Hockey Canada is because I was a part of it and I got to see it. And so I'm using them as an example, and I think that whether you're from the US or Sweden or Finland or wherever, I'm using them as an example because they've had a lot of success over many years, not just 1 or 2 years, but many years in the past. And so I really feel they do a great job at preparing their players, bringing in resources, focusing on certain things to get you ready to perform. And so knowing what's expected as an individual, what is your role in your job, that's something that they really enforced over there. Is that, number 2 would be sacrifice and selfless play. And in this tournament, it's really about, it's not about you. This is about the jersey and the logo on the front of the jersey. And it's about really buying in to what's best for the group and the team and for what's best for your country. And I think that it's important that when I talk about these three topics, is whether the sacrifice that maybe you're the top player in your own team currently in your local city, but when you go to this tournament, it's all about team and it's not really about you. And that's why I wrote down about selfless. You have to learn that it's not about you in order to have team success. And I think it's really important. I think that you need to understand, I can remember I was one of the top players rated in the world at that time, and I remember the coach asking me if I would buy in to do anything, meaning maybe you're not going to play in the regular position that you're used to throughout the course of the season. And so buying in and having that commitment to what you're working towards, and this tournament was a gold medal, and was I willing to do whatever it takes to be a part of that? And so I want you to ask yourself, is that the same scenario on your own team? Are you willing to buy into what your coach asks you to do? Are you willing to be selfless? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to do the necessary preparation in order to have or set yourself up for team success? Because it's not a given, even though you might be the best group. But anytime at any level for an hour and a half or 2 hours, anything can happen. And I think that the most times that ones that are most prepared and come out and perform, obviously on a consistent basis over time, they're going to have more team success. But in these short tournament scenarios like the World Juniors or in playoffs for youth or whatever, it may be a best 2 out of 3 or a one-game scenario, you have to be on your best. And it takes everyone to buy in. And I think that when we talk about these 6 points, when we talk about team success, ultimately, if the team does well, personally, you're going to look great. If you're on a great team or not on a great team and personally do well, there's a lot of countries that don't win the gold medal every year, but it's the ones that, as a group, that make themselves look great. And a lot of people want players that know how to win and players that are willing to sacrifice their own self well-being in order to win a championship. And I think that's one of the things I learned the most about representing my country in Canada. It's about the jersey and about the team, and they really eliminate self-play. And I think that's why as a group and collectively as a country, they've had a lot more success because of it, is because players are willing to buy in for the team. And I think ultimately if you do these things, the team, personally, you look good, that's what success is, and setting yourself up for it. So I want you to go through this and rate your own self on how you are in each category, whether setting yourself up before the game, maybe you feel pressure to perform. Well, how prepared are you? Are you willing to sacrifice and do whatever it is and be selfless in order for the betterment of the team? Number 3, are you willing to buy in for what the coach wants or the coaching staff wants? And are you committed to having to do what takes necessary, which ultimately will lead to team and personal success? And I think if you think about this, it'll go a long way. And I think that hopefully this helps you. From my own personal experience from playing in the World Juniors and winning the gold medal, I think these couple points here go a long way. Enjoy the rest of your holidays.